What makes perspective? We have already established that the horizon line is the line we see when we look straight ahead into infinity, and that it corresponds to the height of our eyes. The horizon line is consequently the eye level. Parallel lines. To be able to draw in perspective, we must think of any object as a simple box. When we look at a box in perspective, we see three sets of parallel lines: the height lines, the length lines, and the width lines. With only these lines, we can understand the volume of the box. But even if we don't see them, we know that behind that volume there are actually three more lines. The hidden lines are also height, width, and length lines, and they are parallel to the ones we can see. Parallel lines are those which have the same direction. No matter how long we make those lines, they will always keep the same distance between them. To that end, parallel lines never touch. A great example of parallel lines are the tracks of a railroad. But what happens when we stand on the railroad and we look at the horizon? The parallel lines march in one point. How can this be? Let's take a look at the tracks again, this time from above. To understand this, we are going to look at the tracks right in front of us. If we draw imaginary lines from the corners of each side of the track to our eyes, we will get the measure of that section of the track. Now, if we look further away into the distance and we do the same thing, we will see that the section is much narrower. The vanishing point. Just as a ship in the sea doesn't have the same size when it's close as when it's far away, the tracks don't have the same width either. The further away an object is, the smaller it will look. So when we raise our eyes to the horizon, the section at that point will have become so small that we will see it as just a dot. This point is called the vanishing point.
So, what is the vanishing point?
The vanishing point is the point where things become so small that they vanish from our view. Foreshortening. Foreshortening is the name we give to the effect of when things get further away, they become smaller. Like it happened with the railroad and the ships, the phenomenon of foreshortening happens to every object when it moves away from us. We know these two ships have the same size, but this one looks a lot smaller than this other one. If they were the same size, it would mean that they are at the same distance from us, or that the further one is huge. For this reason, we must be very careful when drawing the foreshortening in perspective. If we estimate the foreshortening of an object wrong, it will appear to be bigger or to be closer than what we intended. So remember, because there is foreshortening, there can be perspective. Be mindful of the power of foreshortening and you'll have come a long way. Coming up next, in our next video we will see how with just one vanishing point we can create one-point perspective. Don't forget about foreshortening, it will play a very important role in the creation of our drawings.